for high school basketball on your local sports leader, 97.9 XFM. Let's go courtside for pregame information.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Altamont Community High School, the home of the Indians, for the first full night of action at the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament at Altamont. I'm Greg Sapp, Matt Robinson alongside Brian Dust back at the studios. Wayne Moran here providing live video streaming of every game this week, and we're glad to have you with us as it's a battle of the Saints plus some help from Brownstown in the first one. And then North Clay plays Windsor's Two Straws, St. Anthony and St. Elmo Brownstown in the opener. And if St. Elmo Brownstown sounds familiar, it's because they just played last night. They were the winners of the inaugural game last night with a win over CHBC. So they get to play the top-seeded Bulldogs tonight. And then, as we said, the Hatchets and the North Clay Cardinals in the nightcap. So 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow, 3 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, and 4 on Saturday. So, Matt, if people like basketball, they can get their fix here.
Yeah, it's a great venue to come watch some high school basketball games, and everyone looks forward to the National Trail Conference Tournament as far as getting to see some great Class 1A and St. Anthony with the multiplier after being so successful over the last few years. Got bumped up to 2A as far as that seat goes, but there's 8 teams left that still have a chance to win this tournament, and your 8th seed is 11-9 on the season. That's really pretty impressive when you talk about a conference and the caliber of teams that are in this conference.
When you talk about the records, yeah, you can just about throw a blanket over them. It's remarkable how much success so many teams in the conference has had. They have 9 teams in the conference, and 8 of them have won double digits this year already. That's saying something. So should be a very interesting, very competitive tournament over the course of the week, and we're glad you've chosen to join us. We'll mention again, as Matt did, I'm sure, on the broadcast from here, and we did on the broadcast down at Salem last night. If you're watching via the video stream, let us know where you're watching, okay? Let us know where you are. We kind of like to hear those sorts of things everywhere from the Canal Zone to Dexter. Let us know where you are, and we'd be glad to pass that information along. And the crowd starting to gather. We'll give you the pregame information on the first of 2 here, St. Anthony and St. Elmo Brownstown, when we're back on 97.9 XFM.
As Jansen's begin.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
This is the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, your complete transportation headquarters since 1958.
We're back at Altamont getting ready for St. Anthony and St. Elmo Brownstown. It's a dubious honor to be in that Monday night game, and then the winner, oh boy, we won, and then you get to play the top seed in the tournament.
They've talked about, maybe flipping that to where the top seed doesn't play till Wednesday night to give that team a break, but then the top seed loses their advantage when it comes to Friday and turning around Saturday. Mm-hmm. So it makes more sense to, even though it's a little rough on the 8 seed, it makes more sense to keep it that way. And it's like Greg Fiesel said last night during the interview. He goes, I don't know. We might be just better off to turn around and play. And that's what they have the opportunity to do here. And he knows his team's an underdog, but Coach Fiesel talked about it last night. They're a very streaky team, even, kind of within the season, but also within a game. And he says, if we could just keep one of those streaks rolling for about 3 or 4 quarters, he goes, we could be a tough team to beat, and that's what they're hoping to string together here against a very good St. Anthony team.
They're always playing on Saturday. That's all I know. And that's always a mark of a pretty good ball club if you're playing on Saturday at the NTC. So St. Elmo gets the win last night over Cotton-Herrick Beecher City, so they advance. Cotton-Herrick Beecher City isn't done. They'll play in the first of those 3 games on Thursday. They play the 5 o'clock game. They'll play the loser of the second game on Wednesday. I know you're all keeping track of this at home. So they'll play the loser of the second game on Wednesday, Thursday at 5 o'clock, which won't be a whole lot of rest for that team either.
No, if they do what they want to do, they will be playing 3 days back-to-back, because they still have a chance to get into that consolation championship game with the way the tournament works with the 9 teams. But they'll have a tough road to go through to get to that too. But hey, you ask any of these kids, I think they'd rather play at Altamont Gymnasium than practice back at home any night of the week.
We talked to Chet Reeder about that after the T-Town lost to East St. Louis last night on KJ Country, and he says, hey, we get to play tomorrow night. We get right back on the horse. They have Mount Zion at J.H. Griffin Gym tonight, so he says we don't have to wait long to get in the focus on our next ball game. And he said, so you're telling, so I told him that you're saying that coaches would rather play than practice too, and he says, you bet.
Well, and especially getting towards this time of the year where your team is rounding into shape. Now, that's not to say you don't want to have a practice or two to kind of correct some little details, but at this time of the year, you really start to understand what your team is and what the strengths and weaknesses are.
Well, let's go ahead and take a break, and then we'll be back with a play-by-play, tonight's starting lineups, and more on 97.9 XFM.
2018 was...
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Okay, we're back at Altamont, getting ready here in the NTC tournament, the first full night of action. Just one game played last night. Again, 2 tonight, 2 Wednesday, then 3 on Thursday, because that's how they accommodate that 9th seed, and then 2 on Friday and 4 games on Saturday from here. So a lot of excitement. I hope you'll make plans to be here. Looks like the weather's going to be fine. They've taken any mention of freezing stuff out of tomorrow morning's forecast. Going to get an awful lot of rain, but it's going to stay warm enough that it'll just be rain. So that was the last concern that we had as far as any mess over the course of the week. So it's going to get cold, but we can always bundle up or come to the gym and warm up. So
yeah, the heat is on in here one way or another, that's for sure, at ACHS for this week of basketball. And like you say, I was real happy to see the weather kind of straighten out, because I know folks at North Clay didn't have school today, still with some tricky roads down there in that area this morning, but hopefully that's all straightened out for them.
They're talking 1 to 2 inches of rain tonight, which is a whole lot more than they had talked about earlier. That was the forecast that I had in the 5 o'clock news this evening, so we'll mention that. let's send it down to our field announcer, Charles Niehaus, and we're going to have some special music to honor America. Rendition of the national anthem by the Altamont Choir. Always good music at Altamont, and tonight's no exception. Who's playing tonight, man?
Well, it's the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles taking on the St. Anthony Bulldogs, and let's take a look at the starting lineups for the visitors in this ball game. The 8th-seeded St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, under veteran head coach. He is the old man as far as the coaching ranks goes in the National Trail Conference. I believe he's been at the helm for 13 years for St. Elmo Brownstown now. They are 11-9 on the season. They will start at a guard. Brighton Pruitt, 5'10" junior, wearing number 4. He had 9 in the victory last night. He'll be joined out there by Nate Philpott. Philpott runs the point quite a bit for this team. Philpott is a 6-foot senior wearing number 24. He had 15, and all of them came in the second half last night. At a forward spot, it's Jace McWhorter, a 6'2" sophomore, number 15. Jace scored 2 points in the victory. And at another forward spot, it's Andy Goldsboro, a 6'1" junior, number 23. Goldsboro had 20 to lead all scorers last night. And rounding out the lineup tonight is Tyler Brooks, a little bit of a change to the Eagles lineup as Brooks gets the call inside. He's a 6'2" senior wearing number 11. He will start for Greg Fiesel tonight. Both Jacob Barron and Rocky Himes have been hampered by ankle injuries over the last week or so. Matter of fact, Barron hurt his ankle last night and walked through. He did play some last night, but as you all know, the next day can be a little trickier for your ankles sometimes, so we'll keep an eye on the availability of Jacob Barron. He is here. He is in uniform tonight for the Eagles. For the St. Anthony Bulldogs under Cody Rinker, they are 13-7 on the season. And, of course, Cody was an assistant as a part of the St. Elmo program before coming over to the St. Anthony Bulldogs program. So these coaches are very familiar with one another and are very good friends. They will start at a guard, Jack Haney. He's a 6'foot junior, wearing number 3. And Jack is celebrating his birthday today, so happy birthday, Jack. Also, at a guard spot, it is Logan Antrim. Antrim, a 5'11" sophomore, wearing number 53. Out on the perimeter is Caden Fearday, a 6'5" junior, number 25. He'll be joined by Luke Ludwig at a forward spot. He's a 6'4" senior, wearing number 15. And the man in the middle is Jacob Dust. Dust, a 6'7" junior, wears number 55, and he's the leading scorer on the season for the St. Anthony Bulldogs, who again are 13-7 on the season under head coach Cody Rinker. So it's going to be a fun matchup. Got some familiar faces all the way around, and even with the officiating crew tonight, Greg. Glad to have Bob Schlechte, Carl Repking, and Dana Anderson here to call this game. And Dana's been battling back problems. I talked with him a few weeks ago, but he's looking like he's feeling better, and that's encouraging news. You mentioned birthdays and the fact that Jack has his birthday today. A couple of good basketball players celebrate today because Dawson Smith of Teutopolis is also celebrating his birthday today. We had those guys all over the birthday and anniversary show this morning. So
Congratulations to both of them. And you were talking about injuries that St. Elmo Brownstown's had to deal with. Nate Philpott, my guy, she had 2 separate significant injuries and missed the first, 3 or 4 weeks, maybe month of the season. But he's back and healthy now, and I'm sure that the Eagles are glad about that.
Yeah, actually, one of his first game backs, I believe, was when St. Anthony and St. Elmo played earlier this season. And St. Anthony did get a victory in that one, but Philpott was just kind of getting his land legs back in that contest. So it's going to be Jace McWhorter jumping it up against Jacob Dust, and the tip is won by St. Anthony as Dust knocks it into backcourt to Antrim, and we're underway. St. Elmo Brownstown opens up in a 2-3 zone. The Bulldogs working it around the perimeter. Antrim has it at the center circle. Goes to Haney on the left wing extended. Takes one dribble. Now fires at high post to Dust. He puts one dribble up. Gets into the lane. His shot is blocked by Brooks. And the rebound taken out of there by Goldsboro. Goldsboro brings it up the right side. St. Anthony back defensively, so they go out to Philpott. Philpott looks to set the offense against St. Anthony's man-to-man as he goes over to McWhorter. Back to Philpott. Still in the center circle. Now Philpott drives along the left side, gets to the elbow of the free throw line, looks in the corner for Brooks, and they sling it around the perimeter. Goldsboro has it now. He's on the right side, drifting towards the right baseline where he hands it off to Tyler Brooks, who skips it back out to Philpott. He drives into the lane, draws the crowd, goes out to McWhorter. McWhorter stops, pops, left side. Jumper left it way short. The rebound comes to Antrim. St. Anthony brings it up the left side. Antrim hands it off to Fearday. Fearday in the corner, swings it out to the perimeter. Now they skip past to Haney, baseline Ludwig. Haney has it again. Skip pass to the left wing to Antrim. Antrim's going to bring it back out top. They go to Haney. Now high post Dust. He looks underneath for Ludwig. Layup no good. Missed it at point-blank range, and Philpott secures the rebound. Philpott gets it across the timeline, gets into the free throw line area, dishes it out in the corner to Brooks. Back to Philpott, right side. Philpott backs it out again. A minute and a half into this first quarter. No score either way. Philpott now has picked up his dribble out on the perimeter, needs some help. Goldsboro flashes to the rescue, takes the handoff, goes all the way to the baseline. Jumper from 15, good. St. Elmo Brownstown has the first points of the ball game as Andy Goldsboro connects.
Goldsboro's momentum was carrying him out of bounds. That's a nice shot to get down from the baseline.
St. Anthony working it around the perimeter in this 2-3 zone. They look it over. Antrim has the top of the key. Knifes inside. Leaves it under the basket with Ludwig. Ludwig with a post pass into Dust. Muscles up between two and flips the shot up over the rim, and it's good.
I think Cody wouldn't mind if the Bulldogs looked at him every trip. He's such a target, and he's got good size advantage tonight.
Philpott and Pruitt in backcourt. Get it ahead to Jace McWhorter for St. Elmo Brownstown. They go baseline to Brooks. Now to Philpott, driving in with the left hand. His shot is up and good.
Attack in the basket.
4-2 in favor of SEB as St. Anthony brings it up court. Antrim swings it to Fearday left side. Fearday skip pass to Haney. Corner three on the way. Too strong. Rebound. Philpott has it. He slows things down. Bounces it to Goldsboro, who gets it to across the timeline. 5:20 to play in the first quarter as Goldsboro goes baseline. Works down there. Bumps into Ludwig. Ludwig forces in a pass, and it's taken away by Antrim. First turnover of the ball game for St. Elmo Brownstown as St. Anthony works at the Fearday for a corner three. Shot no good. Rebound still being tipped around, and it bounces out to the perimeter where Jack Haney tracks it down. He comes back into the lane, puts up a runner. It's blocked, and the rebound taken out of there by SEB and Philpott. He got it to the timeline where he got in some trouble. They're still diving for it, and we've got a loose ball foul whistled against St. Anthony as it was Fearday on the floor, and he kind of knocked into Goldsboro, according to the official.
Each team had a shot at that one. Fearday ends up with a foul, as Matt said. First foul on either ball club.
Jackson Tish into the ball game for St. Elmo Brownstown, replacing fellow sophomore
Jace McWhorter.
And also Alex Brandenberger in the ball game for St. Anthony as he replaces Haney. Brighton Pruitt on the dribble out on the perimeter. Drives all the way inside, puts up a tough shot. Dust came over to help, and the rebound's finally pulled down by Antrim. He's on the run. Got it to Ludwig. Driving for the layup, no good because he got fouled, and Ludwig will head to the line for a couple.
Ludwig's really upped his game as far as attack in the basket as the season has progressed. Doesn't always make it, but if you can draw a foul and get to the line, you're all right. First foul on the Eagles. Andy Goldsboro picked it up.
Still 4-2 in favor of St. Elmo Brownstown. Free throw for Ludwig, though. makes it a 1-point ball game as he connects on the first of two. And Tyler Brooks will have a seat for St. Elmo Brownstown, and Rocky Himes will come in to replace him. Rocky, a 6'1 senior for the Eagles. Free throw up on the way for Ludwig. Looks good, and it is. So he hit them both, and he ties the ball game up at 4, about 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Now a 1-2-2 full court press from St. Anthony. Pruitt and Philpott in backcourt. Seesawing it up the court. Philpott gets it across the timeline. Double teamed at the center circle, but got it safely to Pruitt. Pruitt looks baseline to Goldsboro for a three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound, Antrim has it for St. Anthony.
He's got 3 boards already.
He took that one away from his teammate Fearday. He got it to Fearday, though, up on the wing. He steps in for a 15-footer. Shot no good. Philpott, another Eagle rebound.
He's got 4.
He brings it to the free throw line. Looks on the side for Tisch. He loads up for a three. Shot short. Rebound out of bounds. And it's off of, nobody touched it, so it's off of St. Elmo Brownstown. And we've got our first time out of the ball game. 3:53 to play in the first quarter. We'll have a 30-second break as St. Elmo Brownstown and St. Anthony are tied up at 4 at the 84th Annual NTC Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Welcome back to the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. 4-4 the score here after one period, or halfway through one period of action. SEB took a little time out there as they are still coming out in a zone defensively. It appears to still be that 2-3 zone as St. Anthony's working it around the perimeter. Fearday has it left side, gets it out top to Antrim. They swing it to Brandenburger. Brandenburger on the right side gets it in the corner to Ludwig. Back out to the right wing to Brandenburger. They go out top to Antrim, to Brandenburger. Right wing three on the way, in and out, no good. And Himes secures the rebound in a crowd for the Eagles. He gets it to Philpott, who brings it to the timeline where he's matched up with Brandenburger. He hands it off to Tisch. Fearday comes out to challenge him. St. Anthony's putting a lot of pressure out on the ball. Now they knock a ball loose as Antrim knocked it from Philpott at center court. But Philpott got it back, goes to Tisch. He's along the sideline, tries to bounce at the Goldsboro, and the pass was right at Andy's feet and then skipped past him out of bounds for the second turnover of the quarter for SEB.
That defense looks suspiciously like what I saw at Salem last night. Boy, East St. Louis was all over Totopoulos.
4-4, still the score with 3 minutes to play in the first quarter as St. Anthony's working it around the perimeter. They get it to Dust at the high post. Dust double-teamed immediately, goes to Fearday. Baseline Ludwig, he's down in underneath the basket, and Himes bumped him. And kind of a silly foul there because Ludwig was in a tough spot.
Yeah, he didn't have any kind of shot, but Himes bumped him. His first foul. Eagles have a couple and a line change here for St. Anthony.
Antrim, Ludwig, and Haney sit down. Into the ball game as Aaron Webb, a 5'11 junior. Jack Haney returns, and Bryson Wall, a 6'5 senior, onto the court for the first time for St. Anthony. Inbounds from the baseline, goes to the free throw line to Dust. Now to Haney in the corner, back out top to Webb. Webb to Haney on the left side. Tried to get it baseline to Wall, but the pass was kicked out of bounds by Goldsboro.
SEB's still packing it in because why wouldn't you? You can deny Dust an open shot at the lane or taking it to the hole, and instead St. Anthony hasn't shown they can hit from out.
Inbounds goes to Dust at the free throw line extended. He moves in for a 12-footer. Shot no good. Rebound fought for, and a jump ball results. And possession arrow will give it to St. Elmo Brownstown.
Decent crowd on hand. Folks from Louisville making their way. Hope the road's cleaned up over the course of the day today. They can get here tonight. Windsor's, Two Straws, Herburn, Mode, they're all coming down to watch the Hatchets.
St. Elmo Brownstown beats the pressure. They get it up in the corner to Tisch for a right side three, and he buries it. Jackson Tisch with his first 3 points makes it a 7-4 advantage for the Eagles. St. Anthony brings it up court to Brandenburger on the right side. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter as St. Anthony swinging it around the perimeter. Haney top of the key to Brandenburger right side, goes to the right baseline, brings it back to the right wing. He'll get it out top to Webb, to Brandenburger again on the right side. Almost traveled, but he got the dribble down just in time as they work it back to Haney, to Webb, to Haney. Haney bounces it to Brandenburger again, right side. This time he'll drive to the free throw line. Leaves it with Webb for a left side three. Shot no good, but the rebound to the right corner, and it's tracked down by Brandenburger. He gets it to Dust, who splits the double team and sticks it up and in.
Give Jacob a little room. He's a lot more mobile than people would think the first time they see him. After that,
7-6 with 1:25 on the first quarter clock as St. Anthony plays the man-to-man defense as the Eagles are working it around the perimeter. Pruitt just holding it out top now, matched up with Wall. Pruitt's in the center circle. Goes to Goldsboro, who sees the double team coming, works away from it, but Haney tracks him down from behind and gets the steal. Leaves it with Wall, who lays it up and in, and St. Anthony takes advantage of the third turnover for St. Elmo Brownstown and to get their first lead.
That was a great trap to take the ball away.
St. Elmo Brownstown pushes it up court. Pruitt along the baseline. Skip pass for Tisch is intercepted by Brandenburger, and then Tisch reached from behind to try to knock it loose, but got a piece of Brandenburger for a foul.
Jackson Tisch picks up his first. Eagles have 3 now. Man, that's temptation. You got to fight. You lose the ball, then you want to reach right back in there and get it back, and it usually ends up in a foul.
Jace McWhorter back onto the court for St. Elmo Brownstown, as is Tyler Brooks. Himes and Tisch have a seat. St. Anthony working against the zone. They've got it with Webb, left wing. Webb back out top to Haney. Haney over to Brandenburger, right side. He steps down to the right baseline. Now flips it back out top to Webb, to Brandenburger. Fakes the three, doesn't take it. Instead goes back out to Webb to Haney. Coach Rinker standing there patiently watching his team work the offense. They may work for the final shot of the quarter.
Now I think they will.
Down to 23 seconds. Skip pass to Haney. They go inside to Dust at the high post. He gets it back out top. They work it to Webb, who had a little trouble with the catch, but he controls. And now he got it to Haney. Haney to Webb, right side. 7 seconds on the clock now. Haney skips it over to Brandenburger. Corner three from the right side. Too strong. Rebound Brandenburger puts up a 10-footer. It's no good. And the quarter comes to a close. So after one period of action, it's St. Anthony 8, St. Elmo Brownstown 7. NTC action on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
All right, back at Altamont. First quarter stats, nothing to write home about. SEB 3 for 7 for 43%. St. Anthony 3 of 14. That's about 17%. They were 2 for 2 from the line. St. Elmo Brownstown didn't go to the line. No turnovers for St. Anthony in the ball game at this point. SEB with 4, 6 rebounds apiece. Bulldogs missed 5 threes in the first quarter. SEB 1 for 3 on threes.
St. Anthony ball as we get the second quarter underway. Each team's made changes. We'll catch up with them as we go, but the Eagles are playing that zone defense. They double-team Dust inside. He gets it out top to Antrim for 3. Shot is too strong, and the rebound is taken out of there by St. Elmo Brownstown and Brighton Pruitt. Pruitt gets it to Philpott. He drives left side, leans in. Shot is up and good.
Strong move. He didn't run over the defender, but powered up nonetheless. Got the bucket to go, and they're back in front.
9-8 the score with 7:20 to play in the second quarter. SEB leads St. Anthony. Ludwig drives baseline, skips it to Fearbay. Tough catch in the corner. Loads up for a 3 anyway, no good. Rebound Dust, turns, puts up a shot. It's short, but he's fouled, and Dust heads to the line for a couple.
4th foul on the Eagles. This one is the second, though, on Rocky Himes. So since he's come in, he's grabbed a couple. Who were those changes you mentioned?
Oh, we've got a lot of people. Let's just go ahead and set the floor for you.
There you go.
Dust puts the free throw up. It is good. So he has his first free throw. That gives him 5 in the ball game. Tyler Brooks is back in for Himes with those 2 fouls for SEB. They're on the court with Goldsboro, Pruitt. Well, it's a starting 5 for them now. Goldsboro, Pruitt, Philpott, and McWhorter. St. Anthony has Antrim, Fearday, Quentin Melville came in at the quarter break, seeing his first action. Dust has always stayed on the court, and Ludwig is out there as well. Now, as SEB tries to beat the press, a pass is taken away, but that's because somebody fouled.
Logan Antrim fouled trying to reach in. His first. Bulldogs have 2 now in the game, and Haney's back for St. Anthony.
And Antrim will have a seat after picking up that personal.
That's what he gets.
St. Anthony playing the full court press. It appears to be a man-to-man this time as the SEB inbounds from the sideline. Pruitt across the timeline has picked up his dribble, needs some help as Melville's all over him. Goldsboro comes to cut, now backdoor, goes to the basket. Shot a little out of control. Fearday with the rebound, got tied up by Brooks. And possession arrow is going to give it to St. Elmo Brownstown under their basket.
Been a good close ball game. What's the biggest lead?
3 points for St. Elmo Brownstown. St. Anthony's led by 1.
And do right now.
Pruitt looking to get the ball in. Still looking. Got to beat the 5 count. Barely does to Philpott. Philpott squirms on the baseline, and yep, he took an extra step. I think it took a second for the official to catch it, but he did. And the turnover gives it right back to St. Anthony.
First in the quarter, they have 5 in the game now. St. Anthony still has not turned the ball over.
Quentin Melville fires the pass ahead to Fearday on the left side. Fearday gets it back out top to Melville. Back to Fearday. Left wing 3. Too strong. Rebound, though. Ludwig on the baseline. He's double teamed, trying to get it out of trouble. Finds Fearday in the corner. He skips it to Haney. Haney's on the left side. Back out to Melville, who drives in the lane. Goes to Fearday again on that left side. He'll drive into the lane this time. Left the shot short, but Ludwig has the rebound. And before he could go up with a shot, he was fouled inside.
St. Anthony doing a good job on the boards. SEB's hanging in there, but boy, St. Anthony can't buy a 3. That's 3 more misses. They're 0 for 8 on 3s so far tonight.
Melville looking to get the ball inbounds. Finds Haney in the right corner, open for a right corner 3. Shot no good. Pruitt with the rebound, and as he turned around, Haney reached in, and he's going to be called for a foul.
Jack picks up his first. Just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you're not going to get called for a foul. So he got a foul. By the way, a minute ago, Tyler Brooks got that foul for SEB.
So 6:18 on the second quarter clock. St. Anthony leading 10-9 as Jace McWhorter triggers the inbounds and backcourt to Brighton Pruitt. Pruitt's working against Antrim in the man-to-man. He gets it across the timeline, fires it in the corner to Brooks. Brooks gets it back out to Pruitt. Pruitt on the left side looks for Philpott in the center circle. Philpott going to drive the left side. Now is cut off, picked up his dribble, needs help. Still holding, now gets it to Brooks. Brooks is on the left wing. Dust comes out to pick him up. Brooks gets it to Philpott. Philpott going to drive from the left side, gets in the lane and draws a foul. It's Haney or Dust. We'll see who they sort it out on.
I like the way Nate Philpott's attacking the basket. He's taking it in there and making something happen. Fouls on Haney, so Jack's picked up a couple of quick ones here, Matt, in this second quarter. That's 4 on the Bulldogs in the half.
Philpott puts the free throw up, and it's good. Nate is quick, but he's also strong, and as soon as he gets a step on you, he's awful tough to deal with.
So Haney's down, and Brandenburger's back in for St. Anthony.
Philpott hit them both, give him 6 in the ball game, pushes the lead to 1 again as it seesaws back and forth. SEB now ahead 11-10. 5:45 to play in the second quarter. St. Elmo's been playing this zone, and why not? They've held St. Anthony to 10 points. Antrim drives in the lane, fakes the pass, now takes the layup. It's no good. Dustin offensive rebound, though, and he sticks it up and in. He has 7 of St. Anthony's 12, and they're up 1, 12-11. Philpott to Pruitt. Pruitt bounces it to McWhorter. McWhorter on the right side, going to drive into the lane. Leans in, shot's a little too strong. Dust secures the rebound for St. Anthony. Boy, it's a nice move. Sophomore just couldn't finish. St. Anthony pushes it up to Ludwig. He takes that baseline, flips it out to Antrim. Antrim gets it in the corner, or on the wing rather, to Brandenburger for 3, and he hits.
They finally made one.
Brandenburger with the first 3 of the ball game for St. Anthony. Now St. Anthony knocks the inbounds pass away, but McWhorter is able to step in and grab it.
They were 0 for 9 before Brandenburger made that 3.
15-11 the score. Philpott flips it back to Pruitt. They go baseline to Brooks. Brooks had a step on his man. Strong move to the hoop for Tyler Brooks. He pulls SEB back within 2. St. Anthony runs it up court. Brandenburger cut off by Goldsboro. St. Anthony slows down and swings it around the perimeter. Antrim back in the corner to Brandenburger. Back out top to Antrim, who will reset from the center circle. They go to Fearday. Out to Antrim. He gets the top of the key screen from Dutt. Antrim's pass in the corner is tipped by Goldsboro. It goes out of bounds before he can control it, so it'll stay with St. Anthony right in front of the St. Elmo bench.
Tisch is back for SEB. They sat down a quarter.
4:23 on the second quarter clock. St. Anthony with a 2-point lead. They have the ball in the center circle after triggering the inbound. That's Antrim with it out there. Flips it to Fearday. Right back to Antrim. Goes left baseline. Hits it underneath the Ludwig. Shot blocked, but a foul is called. It's either Philpott or Brooks. And we'll wait for Carl Repking to tell us who.
Nice job by Antrim getting the ball in the middle so that could happen. Brooks gets called for the foul. They have 2 on him on the board.
Ludwig at the line for a couple, looking to add to St. Anthony's lead of 2, and the free throw is up and good. So gives him 3 in the ball game, and that's the largest lead of the night for St. Anthony. Himes will come into the ball game. He replaces Brooks with those 2 fouls. Bryson Walls gives Jacob Dust a break. It's the first time he sat down tonight.
Quarter and a half, a lot of hustling and banging.
This one up for Ludwig is good. Luke has gone 4 for 4 at the free throw line. And I think the scorer's table thought Brooks was going to come into the ball game, but he's actually going to visit the trainer over there.
Yeah.
So he had to get finger taped or something like that real quick. So St. Elmo Brownstown triggers the inbounds to Philpott. He's immediately trapped, needs some help, turns and pass, and got it to Tisch, but it's taken by Antrim. Antrim drives up on the left side. Nice look for Fearday, but Himes hustled back and knocked it loose. Wall's there to pick it up for the Bulldogs. Skips it out to Brandenburger. Now top of the key, Antrim. Shot no good for 3, and Himes rips the rebound away. Good hustle by Rocky Himes there for the Eagles. They trail by 4 as St. Anthony again had a 3-pointer just rim out on them. St. Elmo Brownstown works to Himes at the free throw line. Had it knocked loose from behind. Then it was hit off of Himes as it went out of bounds for an SEB turnover, their 3rd of the quarter.
Himes ended up falling down on the play, so he had no way to go after the ball.
So with 3:40 to play in the second quarter, St. Anthony looking to add to their 4-point advantage. They've trailed much of this ball game, but they're up now. Brandenburger drives in, kicks it out to Ludwig. Corner 3, no good. Wall, though, with a rebound, and yeah, he's fouled. And it should be going to the line for a 1-on-1 in this situation.
And they are. 7 fouls on the Eagles. And that's Himes' 3rd already. 3 fouls on Himes before halftime.
We talked about Jacob Barron being in the starting lineup and now taken out right before the game. Apparently he's not going to be available, as he would have been in by now, especially considering the foul trouble for Himes and now Brooks. Free throw, round and out, no good for Wall, but Ludwig somehow got the rebound, rips it out of there, goes to Antrim, fakes a 3, drives into the lane for 2, shot no good as it just rolls off, and Jackson Tisch secures the rebound. St. Elmo Brownstown bringing it up court, trailing by 4 with 3:10 to play in the second quarter. Brooks is double-teamed along the sideline. Gets it out of trouble by bringing it to the top of the key. Now flips it to Tisch for a right-wing 3. It's off the mark. Rebound out of bounds. Nobody touched it as it didn't hit anything. And it belonged to St. Anthony.
By the way, a reminder, live video streaming of every game at the NTC. Let us know how it looks on your YouTube channel.
Timeout taken with just under 3 minutes to play in the first half of action. It'll be a 60-second break as St. Elmo takes the timeout. St. Anthony leads 17-13 at the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years.
St. Anthony ball to bring the length of the court. They lead this one 17-13. It's been an interesting game thus far, as the Eagles led most of the contest, but the St. Anthony Bulldogs have taken this 4-point edge here in the second quarter. They're working around to Antrim, tries to drive in the lane, ball knocked loose, and it's taken away by St. Elmo Brownstown. Goldsboro ahead to Rossboro, who just came into the ball game. He flipped it to Tisch, couldn't quite handle it, and they can't take advantage of the fast break, but they do retain possession until Webb knocks it into backcourt, but it's going to be off of St. Anthony. It'll be St. Elmo ball along the sideline, about halfway between the baseline and the half-court line.
By the way, friends, that was St. Anthony's first turnover in the game.
Pruitt takes the pass in backcourt, kind of slipped, but he was able to maintain his balance and then get the ball on the floor in time to avoid the travel. He flips a pass ahead to Tisch, who goes to Rossboro. Rossboro, seeing his first action after that timeout, got it to Goldsboro, who backs in from the baseline, forces up a shot over Wall. Wall definitely affected it, and the rebound taken by Dutt. Antrim on the run, tried to pass at the Wall. Rossboro, I think, knocked it out of bounds. Anyway, it's off of St. Elmo Brownstown.
Carl Repking was screened, so he checked with Dana Anderson. Dana says, yeah, SEB got a hand on it.
Nick, by the way, is a 6'2 sophomore. Nick Rossboro, number 13. As Antrim is looking to get it in, finds Webb on the side. Webb flips it out top to Brandenburger, back to Webb, and now to Antrim. Antrim circles the perimeter, taking it over to the left wing where he leaves it with Brandenburger. Brandenburger around a little screen, finds Webb at the top of the key. Three on the way, no good. Rebound is tipped out, and Dust is there to get it. He'll drive in for the first shot, no good. Got his own rebound, puts that one up and in. As he was fouled, there's a trio of Eagles in the vicinity, and Carl Repking again will indicate who the foul's on.
I've got Dust. I need to double check my point totals. I've got him for 10 points and 5 rebounds in this first half. That's healthy. Philpott on the foul, his first.
Dust puts that free throw up and in. Makes it 20-13, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point lead for St. Anthony. The Eagles need a bucket in a bad way here. They haven't scored in a while. Rossboro has it on the right side. Minute 37 on the clock. He's picked up by Dust, drives baseline, gets it out to Goldsboro for three, off the mark, but Philpott has the rebound. He's trying to back in on Brandenburger. Nothing to it. Got it to Pruitt, to Rossboro for a three. Shot no good. Goldsboro with a rebound inside. Shot blocked from behind, but Goldsboro got it back. Tried to hand it off to Tisch, who wasn't ready, and Webb takes it, drives for the layup. It's no good as he was fouled hard by Pruitt. Pruitt turns around and helps him up. There was nothing malicious there. It was just the way they kind of came together, and a couple of more free throws on the way for St. Anthony.
Foul on Pruitt is his first. That's still 9, but this is a shooting foul.
Free throw on the way is good for Webb. So Aaron has his first point. Alex Brandenburger, and also checking out was Bryson Wall. Luke Ludwig and Caden Fearday return for St. Anthony. Webb's second free throw is up, and it's good. So give Webb 2 in the ball game. Makes it 22-13, now a 9-point lead for St. Anthony as they're just kind of methodically pulling ahead in this contest. SEB has it with Rossboro out top to Pruitt to Philpott right wing. Philpott working on Fearday, backs it out with a minute on the clock in the first half. Now leaves it with Pruitt. Pruitt with a step on his man, kicked it to Rossboro. Rossboro got around Dust, but Dust returned to swat it, and he grabs the rebound, flips it to Webb. Webb got it to Antrim. Antrim drives into the lane, goes baseline to Ludwig. Ludwig around a man, stops, pops, shot too strong off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Goldsboro has it for St. Elmo Brownstown. He's on the dribble, gets it across the timeline. 35 seconds, going coast to coast, and he just ran right over a defender, and that was Antrim, who was standing there waiting on it.
I think SCB's trying to make something happen, but there's a little too much energy there. Goldsboro needed to pull up. His second foul. That's double bonus, but that's a player control foul, and that's their 5th turnover. They've got 9.5 now.
St. Anthony trying to go ahead double digits with 25 seconds to play in the half. It'd be their biggest lead of the ball game if they did it.
Eagles just 6 points in the second quarter.
Webb has it left side. St. Anthony appears more than content to hold for the last shot. Antrim now with it at the center circle. Leaves it with Fearday. Back out to Antrim. Under 10 now. Antrim makes a move. Throws up a runner from 12. No good. But Dust goes and gets the rebound. He puts it up and in again. Now Antrim steals the inbound pass. Puts a shot up at the buzzer. And it's good. So St. Anthony closes with a flurry. And they've all of a sudden doubled up St. Elmo Brownstown at half by a score of 26-13. What a great play by Logan Antrim to steal the inbounds pass. After Dust got the rebound bucket, Antrim jumped in front of the inbounds pass along the baseline and pulled up for the 10-footer and buried it at the buzzer to give the Bulldogs a 26-13 advantage here at halftime. You're listening to the exciting National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Hi, everyone. This is Jim.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel or Kurt Strohmeyer at 347-9697.
Better if you don't mind. Actually, I'm going to switch my headsets. No, I'll just switch with the bag. I'll try that other one.
Since our start, Brown's Drug Store in Effingham has remained an independent family business. We've made it our goal in being the neighborhood pharmacy that treats our customers like family. You'll love our fast prescription service, curbside pickup, and free delivery. From gifts to over-the-counter solutions, it's Brown's Drug Store in downtown Effingham. Call 342-2185 or stop by at 115 West Jefferson Avenue. It's a pleasure to serve you, and good luck to all the area teams.
Companies that offer insurance at low prices may not cover what you need, just what you paid for. But cutting your auto insurance coverage could end up costing you thousands. Country Financial offers what cut-rate insurers cannot: peace of mind. We offer policies that stand up to life's challenges and protect what you value most. We'll help you make a smart decision, not a costly one. Call Scott Mosier or Wayne Donsbach at 347-0571 today to protect what matters most.
Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, or Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel or Kurt Strohmeyer at 347-9697.
Welcome back to the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament, where at the halftime it is St. Anthony leading this ball game 26-13. But the second quarter is really the difference thus far in this ball game, as they led 8-7 after one quarter of action. And then about halfway through that second quarter, St. Anthony just kind of kept pulling away as St. Elmo Brownstown went quiet from the field, and they were only able to muster 6 points. St. Elmo Brownstown had quarters of 7 and 6 for their 13. St. Anthony had quarters of 8 and 18 for their total of 26. And again, a lot of momentum as they hit a putback bucket with about 3 or 4 seconds left, and then stole the inbounds pass and hit another shot. So 4 quick points to close the second quarter. Then St. Anthony into the locker room with a 26-13 advantage here in this first game of this Tuesday night action here on 97.9 XFM. As leading the way for St. Anthony is Jacob Dust with 13. Luke Ludwig has 4. 3 points from Alex Brandenberger. 2 for Aaron Webb, Bryson Wall, and Logan Antrim. Caden Fearday and Jack Haney have all played in this ball game as well for the Bulldogs. For St. Elmo Brownstown, Nate Philpott has 6 points here at halftime. 3 points for Jackson Tisch, 2 for Tyler Brooks, and 2 for Andy Goldsboro. Brighton Pruitt, Jace McWhorter have not scored. Nick Rossborough has also played in this ball game, hasn't scored, as has Rocky Himes for St. Elmo Brownstown. Again, your halftime score, 26-13. Greg's stats will come up next after we take a little break here from the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Your family will gather around your kitchen table for meals, for birthdays, for plans, and projects. Your sofa is where you'll play with your kids, snuggle in for movie night, and collapse after work. So choose furniture that will hold these memories longer. Get real quality from Wright's Furniture. It's more than beautiful, it's beautifully made. When you buy Wright, it stays right, year after year, into the next generation. Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dietrich, making you right at home.
As 2019 is off and rolling, we look back at 2018 and have so much to give thanks for. Thanks to our customers, their loyalty made it one of our best years ever. And a huge thank to our employees. We have the best group. I am very proud to work alongside such great people. Sales has been the same group for 10 years. Ken Stone's group of technicians are the best in the business. And our office staff makes us all look good. Thank you from everyone at North Scion Ford.
Welcome back to the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Here at halftime, 26-13 is the score as St. Anthony leads St. Elmo Brownstown. Greg is over there working on some stats. We will send it over there. I think he says he's ready to go.
Thank you, Matt. At the half, it's St. Anthony 26, St. Elmo Brownstown 13. Remember, North Clay and Windsor's 2 straws still to come in the nightcap of this doubleheader. Neither team here has shot well. St. Anthony's at 25%. 3 out of 14 in the first quarter, so they had to do a little to improve that, and just about anything would have improved it. Well, 5 out of 18 isn't much, but that does improve it. So the Bulldogs 8 of 32 from the field at halftime for 25%. But everything else is kicking. They're 7 of 8 from the line. They had just 1 turnover in the first half, 17 rebounds, 11 in the second quarter. 1 for 13 on threes. That's been a real problem. That means they're 7 out of 19 on their twos. SEB, though, is only 29% from the field. 3 out of 7 in the first quarter. 2 out of 10 in that second quarter. That's why they only scored 6 points. 5 out of 17 for the Eagles at halftime for 29%. So neither team's at 30% from the field here at halftime. Eagles only went to the line once, made both those foul shots. 10 turnovers a real problem, though, and 6 in the second quarter. 14 rebounds, so St. Anthony with a 17-14 rebound edge. That's not too much, but it's a little. And St. Elmo Brownstown 1 out of 4 on their 3-point attempts. Individually here at halftime for SEB, Brighton Pruitt's 0 for 2 from the field with a foul and 2 rebounds. Jace McWhorter missed a shot. Andy Goldsborough's 1 for 5 from there's a shot I missed. 1 for 5 from the field. Now my stats at him. So Andy Goldsborough 1 for 5 from the field. Couple of fouls and 4 rebounds. Nate Philpott 2 for 2 from the field and 2 for 2 from the line with 5 rebounds. So he hasn't done much wrong. Philpott with a foul. Jackson Tisch is 1 for 3. He made the only 3 SEB's made. He has a foul and a rebound. Tyler Brooks made his only shot, has a couple of fouls, though. Nick Rossborough 0 for 3 from the field. And Rocky Himes got those 3 fouls in the first half and has 2 rebounds. 7 and 6 for SEB's 13 points here at halftime. For St. Anthony, Luke Ludwig 0 for 3 from the field, but 4 for 4 from the line for his 4 points. No fouls, 3 rebounds. Jack Haney 0 for 3 from the field, couple of fouls and a rebound. Jacob Dust, man, he was carrying the water. 5 out of 8 from the field. He was also 3 for 3 from the line, so he's sitting on 13 points, and he has 8 rebounds. That's a pretty good game for most guys. He's got that at halftime. Caden Fearday 0 for 5 from the field with a foul. Logan Antrim 1 for 6 from the field, but he got that big one at the buzzer. Picked up a foul and had 3 rebounds. Bryson Wall made his only shot, missed a foul shot, has a rebound. Alex Brandenberger 1 for 4 from the field. He made a 3, the only 3 St. Anthony has made, and he has 2 rebounds. And Aaron Webb missed a couple of threes, but did make both these foul shots for his 2 points. 8 and 18 for St. Anthony's 26 points. So 26-13. At halftime, St. Anthony with the big lead, but they got in a hurry there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, it was one of those things where, like we said, they just kind of got a 2-point lead, a 4-point lead, a 6-point lead, and then all of a sudden it was up by 13 here at halftime. Just got a message back at the studio as Lawrenceville got picked up a victory over Paris. I believe that was the final, 69-62. So that and other high school basketball from around the area as we're getting set for the second half of action here as St. Anthony will have the ball, begin the second half of action here in this quarterfinal matchup in the NTC tournament.
That game that they just gave that score on, that's the first of 3 games they're playing today at the LIC tournament. Trying to get that one back on track. They're playing that down at Flora.
It is St. Anthony ball. Looks like the starters are in there for each of these teams here in the second half, with the exception of Tish is out there replacing Brooks for SEB. St. Anthony's working it around the perimeter. They've got it with Jack Haney on the right side. Skip pass to the left wing to Fearday. He's going to drive to the baseline, fakes, now puts up the 10-footer and got it. Caden Fearday with his first bucket of the ball game makes it 28-13.
You figure somebody's got to get hot here for one of these teams. I mean, Dust shot the ball well, and Philpott for SEB, but boy, that's about it.
Boy, if you turn your back on St. Anthony's defense, they trap you in a hurry. Goldsboro found that out, went to the floor to save it, passed it off to Philpott, but Philpott, it was a tough pass. He got tied up along the sideline, but the possession arrow keeps it with SEB. Inbounds goes in the corner to Philpott, out top to Tish for 3, and he buries it. Jackson Tish has 6 now and makes it 28-16.
They needed a spark. Now they need to get a stop.
Eagles back within 12. St. Anthony works it to Fearday. Left side 3 for him is off the mark, a little strong. Goldsboro grabs the rebound for the Eagles. He pushes it up the right side, cut off by Haney. Spins, gets into the lane, bounce pass. Oh, it's taken away. Antrim read it, got down there, and Hill gets the steal. Drives from the right side, sticks it up with the left hand, and Logan Antrim got it up and in.
So he got their last basket of the first half, got a steal and a bucket here.
30-16, a 14-point edge as St. Elmo Brownstown has a little miscommunication out top. Pruitt cut in towards the basket. Philpott expected him to stay put, and the pass goes out of bounds, and we've got a timeout. Not even a minute and a half into the second half of action. It's 30-16. St. Elmo Brownstown takes a 30-second break as St. Anthony has the edge at the NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 97.9XFM.
30-16 the score after St. Elmo Brownstown took the timeout after a turnover here in the first minute and a half of the second half of action. They can't afford to let St. Anthony get any farther away.
Well, he turned it over twice, man. I bet Greg said we got to stop that.
Haney gets a lane to the basket, and he lays it up and in.
We also need to stop that, I'm sure he said.
Yeah. Haney has his first 2 points of the ball game, makes it 32-16.
This is not what SEB wanted. St. Anthony's come out and hit 3 of their first 4 shots to start the second half.
Yep. And you kind of wondered if the laws of averages wouldn't start to balance out here a little bit.
Yeah, they're too good a shooting ball club to keep that up all night.
After St. Anthony knocked the ball away along the sideline, St. Elmo Brownstown triggers it into Philpott out towards the timeline. He drives in, leaves it with Tish. Tish's pass is taken away by Haney. Driving for the left-handed layup, no good, but he's fouled by Goldsboro, and that'll mean Haney goes to the line for a couple.
Goldsboro couldn't afford that foul. That's 3, and we're barely into the second half.
Tyler Brooks has gone to the scorer's table. We'll see who he comes in for. Like you say, it may be Goldsboro, who got back to try to prevent the layup, which ultimately he did, but he did so by committing the foul. Haney puts the free throw up. It's good. Brooks is in for Chase McWhorter.
Okay, gonna see what they can do about keeping Goldsboro in there a little while longer.
This free throw up is way short. Goldsboro has the rebound. Haney comes to the challenge, but Goldsboro keeps the dribble. He brings it up the right side. Now Haney gets a little too close and is called for the bump.
And that's 3 fouls on Jack.
kind of saw that coming all the way after he missed that free throw. He went in to crash the board, and just, when a kid misses a shot, sometimes they have a hard time letting it go.
Yep.
St. Elmo Brownstown works the Philpott. Now to Goldsboro, left wing three. He connects. Andy Goldsboro has 5 now in the ball game, makes it 33-19. St. Anthony with the ball in the lead as Antrim flips it to Fearday left side. Stops, pops for a 2. That one's good. Caden Fearday hits the 16-footer. He has 4 points, all of them in the quarter, and it's now 35-19.
SEB has gotten a couple of threes down here in the quarter. That's helping them stay relatively close.
Philpott bounces it for Brooks. Back out to Goldsboro at the top of the key. He drives into the lane. Quick move. Layup with the left hand. No good. Rolled off. Haney had inside rebounding position, and he got bumped from behind.
1-1. That's on Brooks, and that's his third. So now they have Himes with 3, Brooks with 3, and Goldsboro with 3.
Speaking of 3, Jack Haney goes to the bench for St. Anthony. He wears number 3. But coming in to replace him is 1-3, Alex Brandenberger. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Antrim, number 53, on the dribble. I'm about out of them, I think. Gets it to Fearday.
Ace 25. That's 5 minus 2 is 3.
But he's guarded by 23. They got it back out top, and Antrim reworks it again. He now moves to the top of the key. Tried to do a little pick and roll with Ludwig. Now leaves it with Dust. Dust from the top of the key. Spin move into the lane. Shot no good, but Brooks commits another foul as Dust has been very efficient throughout this ball game.
And now that's 4 on Tyler Brooks. 3 on SEB in the half.
So with 4:41 on the third quarter clock, Jacob Dust at the line. Puts the first of 2 up and in. He has 14 in the ball game. And here comes Rocky Himes in for Tyler Brooks. He takes his 4th foul to the Eagles bench. Meanwhile, Dust at the line. That one's a little strong. Himes has the rebound. He'll leave it with Philpott to bring up court. He gets it across the timeline. Brings it to the top of the key where he spins and leaves it with Pruitt. Pruitt drives on the right side, kicks it out to Goldsboro for a left wing 3. It's a little strong, and the rebound's controlled by Antrim. Antrim on the run, pushes it up court to Fearday. Fearday into the lane, stops, pops, little jumper off the glass, too short. Rebound Himes. Outlet to Goldsboro. Goldsboro pushes it up the left side, gets into the lane with the right hand, puts up a runner from 10, no good. Dust was right there to challenge, and Ludwig grabs the rebound. He hands it off to Logan Antrim. Quick move into the lane, layup good. Logan Antrim just knifed his way into the paint, put up a little runner. He has 6, and it's 38-19 halfway through this third quarter as St. Anthony is just pulling away here.
Bulldogs had a tough time deciding who the 5th starter would be for a while. I think Antrim solved that problem.
Philpott with an answer for SEB as he stops and pops at the free throw line. He has another 2 points to add to his total, give him 8 in the ball game.
Philpott still hasn't missed, but he's only had 3 shots from the field, Matt.
Fearday bounces it out to Ludwig. Now they go to Antrim on the right side. Puts it on the floor with the left hand to move to the top of the key where he finds Dust. Dust works on Himes. Dust forces up a tough shot. Good defense from Himes. And the rebound taken out of there by Jackson Tisch. Pushes it to Philpott. Ahead to Pruitt. Pruitt a corner 3. No good. Rebound Fearday. St. Anthony's going to push it up court themselves. They firing Brandenburg on the left wing. He stops and pops. Shot from 10 off the glass, too strong, but Fearday has the rebound. Takes it out to the corner. Now skips it to Antrim, top of the key. He'll back things out with 3:05 to play in the third quarter and reset the offense. They swing it to Alex Brandenberger on the left side. He gets it top of the key to Dust. On the right wing, they go to Antrim. Back out top to Fearday. Fearday again goes to Brandenberger, left side, works baseline. Now leaves it in the lane with Dust. A little turnaround hook shot, no good. Rebound contested, and we've got a foul, and it looks like St. Anthony went up over the back.
Goldsboro got the foul. Fearday fouled. Caden second. Just 2 on St. Anthony in the half.
Substitutions every which way. So Nick Rossborough into the ball game for Rocky Himes for St. Elmo Brownstown. St. Anthony makes some changes as well. Let's see. Aaron Webb is in the ball game for St. Anthony, and Bryson Wall returns. Thank you very much, Greg.
I'm good pointer.
Pruitt gets it in the corner to Rossborough. Nick's 3 is good. Hey, that's an efficient substitution there.
Get me in there, Coach.
Nick has his first points of the ball game, gives him 3, and makes it 38-24. 2:32 to play in the third quarter. St. Anthony with the lead and the ball. Antrim in the lane. Pass was tipped, but Brandenburger gets it on the side. Goes back out to Antrim. Now to Webb. Left side 3, too strong. Rebound, Nick Rossborough. He clears it to Philpott, and the Eagles bring it up court.
And it could be 11 or 12 this trip.
Philpott into the lane, out to Goldsboro, fakes the 3, now moves to the free throw line, hands it back to Philpott. Philpott around one man, gets into the lane, and as he tried to make a pass, he was fouled. And I think it's Brandenburger on the personal.
Let's see if Dana Anderson agrees. He does. Foul on Brandenburger's his first tonight, and third on the Bulldogs in the half.
St. Elmo Brownstown looking to trigger from under their basket. Pruitt's got to find somebody to get open, and they lob it in the middle, and it's taken away by Webb. He brings it up the left side after the fourth St. Elmo Brownstown turnover.
Wow.
Looks into the lane. There's the cutter. That's Dust, and Dust sticks it up and in.
Here, just give me that ball. I'll take care of this.
Dust has 16, and it's a 16-point advantage for St. Anthony. St. Elmo runs it up court quick. A shot from Rossborough, no good. Rebound tipped out to Philpott. He drives back into the lane, puts up the 12-footer. It's missed. This rebound secured by Dust. He gives it to Antrim, who blasts it up court. Finds Webb on the left wing, back out to Antrim, and they slow things down by getting it inside. Now to Dust. Dust turns, puts the shot off the glass, and it's good. And there was nobody down there that could match up with Dust that time.
Great fake, showed left, went right, stuck it up and in.
So it's 42-24, an 18-point edge for St. Anthony as Philpott has it out top. Needs some help as he's picked up his dribble. Tisch to the rescue. He gets it right back out center circle to Pruitt. Pruitt has a little trouble. Ball's knocked loose, and we've got a foul.
Let's see how we call this one. Webb went over the top. Yeah, he got the foul. So Webb's called for his first, and that's 4 on the Bulldogs in the half.
Rocky Himes back into the ball game. Jackson Tisch will have a seat for St. Elmo Brownstown. Looks like Jack Haney. So SEB will have it to inbound basically at the timeline. They're looking, and Himes turns around to take the pass. And Haney knocked it loose, but Himes dives to the floor to get it. Passes it off to Pruitt. Corner to Goldsboro for 3. And Andy buries another 3. He has 8 in the ball game. Makes it 42-27.
Got a couple of threes in the half here.
25 seconds to play in the third quarter, and Jack Haney just has it on the dribble across the timeline. Now he flips it to Brandenburger, right wing, back out to Haney. I'm sure they're holding for the last shot, but they're just avoiding the 5-second call with the passes. Now Haney gets it to Webb, back to Haney. Haney out top with 8 seconds on the clock. He's double-teamed, got it to Webb in the corner to Brandenburger. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound tip, taken by Wall, puts the shot up at the buzzer. It's no good. And the third quarter comes to a close. But after 3, St. Anthony leads by 15 here at the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. They lead St. Elmo Brownstown 42-27, and you're listening to it on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Health Chiropractic today and get back to the life that is free of pain.
42-27 the score as we head to the fourth quarter of action. St. Anthony leads by 15, and they'll have the ball. They've got Quentin Melville back onto the court with Logan Antrim, who's back, and Luke Ludwig, Jacob Dust, and Caden Fearday. St. Elmo Brownstown staying in that 2-3 zone as Melville skips the pass across to Fearday. Left side 3 on the way is good. Caden Fearday with 7 makes it 45-27 in favor of St. Anthony.
Fearday's hit 3 out of 5 in the second half, so he's starting to get it zeroed in here at Altamont.
Pruitt leaves it with Goldsboro out on the left side. St. Anthony playing a man-to-man. They've been in that this whole quarter. Pruitt steps back for a top-of-the-key three. It's a little strong. Rebound, Jacob Dust. He has it knocked loose by Rossboro, but Rossboro is going to be called for a foul.
That's his first of the evening. Third quarter stats, St. Anthony 7 out of 16. That's better. That's 40-some%. Missed all 4 of their threes. They are 1 for 17 on threes, Matt. 2 for 4 from the line. Did not turn the ball over. Had 8 more rebounds. I'll give you the Eagles stats here in a minute.
And Anthony with the ball at the top of the key. Fearday leaves it with Dust. He holds it high. Now goes to Antrim right side. Sets him a little screen. Antrim gets into the lane. Leaves it with Dust. He crashes in from the baseline. Puts a little shot up, and it's good.
So there's a 5-0 run to start this fourth quarter. Bulldogs doing what they need to do when a team's ahead.
Dust with 20, and they have a 20-point advantage, 47-27. St. Elmo Brownstown leaves it with Himes out top. Coming over to tie him up is Antrim. Pruitt flew by. That brought Antrim towards Himes, and Antrim just said, well, I'll hang on to this ball, see if I can get it loose.
Stood still, and that's when the Bulldogs got a hand on it.
Jackson Tisch in for Nick Rossboro as the sophomores exchange for the Eagles. Philpott takes the pass in backcourt. He drives on the right side, leans in, shot is up, no good, but he's fouled. And Nate Philpott will head to the free throw line, and that kid doesn't get a breather much for the Eagles, does he?
Not at all. Millville on the foul. First foul on Hugh, and a shooting foul, and that's 6 on St. Anthony in the half.
Philpott puts the first of 2 up, and it rattled out, no good.
Here are your St. Elmo Brownstown third quarter stats. 5 out of 12 from the field, but 4 out of 6 on 3.
Yeah.
They were 1 for 6 on 2s. They didn't shoot a foul shot. 4 turnovers, 9 rebounds.
Rocky Himes has a seat. Tyler Brooks brings his 4 fouls back into the ball game. Meanwhile, Philpott hits the second free throw. That gives him 9 now in the ball game. Makes it 47-28.
North Clay and Windsor's 2 straws coming up. I bet Wayne's got the crawler working on the bottom of the TV screen.
St. Anthony tried to go inside the Dust, but Dust slipped and fell down. So his pass is taken away by Goldsboro, and that's a rare turnover for St. Anthony.
Second of the game.
Wow, Goldsboro now loads up for a wing 3, and he buries it. He just kind of lulled everybody to sleep and then just pulled the trigger on the shot out there.
So now it's a 16-point game.
6:06 to play in the fourth quarter as Melville drives into the lane, leaves it with Antrim on the left side. Antrim gets a screen. No, he doesn't use it. Blasts around his man on the left side and lays it up and in. Boy, he is so quick.
And that's a sophomore thinking, too. He didn't pull up the 3. He saw the path to the basket and drove it in for a layup. That was a smart decision by a sophomore.
Philpott sets Goldsboro a screen. He moves in from the top of the key, and his layup is no good. Bounced off, and St. Anthony cleared the rebound. Antrim on the run again. Will hand it back to Dust at the free throw line. He lost it, got it back, still double team, forces up a shot. It's good as he's fouled, and Tyler Brooks is frustrated because he knows he's out of the ball game.
Well, you got to be a strong kid to put that shot up and in, and Jacob Dust is certainly that. So Brooks fouls out with 5:29 to go.
So Luke Ludwig will have a seat. Jack Haney comes in to replace him. Chase McWhorter will be the substitution for St. Elmo Brownstown to give, as Tyler Brooks, again, as you mentioned, fouled out. Meanwhile, Jacob Dust with 22, and is this possible that it's a quiet 22?
Well, he had that flurry in the second quarter, and now he's sort of kicked it back in here.
He's got 23 now in the ball game, and Bryson Wall is going to replace him as Dust hit the free throw, making it 52-31. That 21-point advantage is the largest lead of the day for St. Anthony.
And just for the record, it is a double-double because Dust had 10 boards.
He got a bunch of them on the offensive end, too.
Yeah, he did.
Pruitt crosses the timeline, gets into the lane, little jump stop. Shot is blocked by Fearday, and then he saved it in bounds. It hit off of about 5 hands before Philpott finally controlled it. He leaves it with Goldsboro, who backs up for a top-of-the-key 3. It's no good. Rebound Fearday. He'll bring it out of trouble and leave it with Antrim at the timeline, who flips it over to Melville. Melville on the right side gets a screen from Fearday. Now a little pocket pass down to Fearday. Layup, good. That old pick and roll still works, doesn't it?
Good feed by Melville, you bet. And Bulldogs 4 out of 4 from the field this quarter.
54-31, 4:48 to play in the fourth quarter, and a timeout taken by St. Elmo Brownstown. It'll be a 60-second timeout. We'll take one as well. It's St. Anthony 54, St. Elmo Brownstown 31. You're listening to NTC Tournament Action on 97.9 XF.
Nemrick Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemrick Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
St. Elmo took the timeout. They trail this one 54-31. Keep in mind we've got Louisville North Clay and Windsor Stew Straws due to come up next in another quarterfinal matchup. That's the 4-5 matchup. That always gets interesting. St. Elmo Brownstown works the inbounds from the sideline. They go baseline to McWhorter. He passes it out to Pruitt. Pruitt got tangled up with Antrim. I think we've got a foul whistled here against St. Anthony.
Okay, Antrim got the foul. His second, and that's enough to give the Eagles the bonus.
Brighton Pruitt's free throw is up and good. That's his first point of the ball game. St. Anthony's done a good job in keeping that junior under wraps.
Only had 3 shots.
This one's up. It's good. So Pruitt hits them both. Makes it 54-33. St. Anthony has Antrim bringing it up court, leaves it with Melville on the left side. Melville fakes it one way, goes back right, now gets it out to Fearday for 3. Shot no good. Goldsboro, another rebound for the Eagles. He pushes it ahead to Pruitt. Pruitt on the right side, picked up his dribble, gets it out top. That's Philpott, I believe. He's working from the top of the key. Spins into the lane, needs some help as he's double-teamed, and he left it with Pruitt. Pruitt's 3 is a little short. Rebound's batted around and is finally controlled by Jack Haney. Haney to Antrim to Melville. Melville blasts it up, leaves it with Wall. Wall, little up and under move, got the shot to go.
Bryson's first point since early in the game.
He has 4, makes it 56-33, a 23-point edge. St. Anthony playing the man-to-man defense still as McWhorter has it on the wing for St. Elmo Brownstown. He hands it off to Goldsboro, who takes a tough 15-footer, and Andy Goldsboro went high in the air with that jump shot and got it to go from the elbow of the free throw line.
Fun to watch him shoot the ball.
56-35 the score. Quentin Melville, top of the key, needs a little help as he's picked up his dribble. Fearday cuts backdoor, wide open lane to the layup, and he'll stick it up and in as he's in double Feardays now with 11.
And a nice job by Millville hanging on until somebody cleared. Turned it into a layup.
Pruitt across the timeline picked up his dribble. Philpott comes over and takes the pass. Now he's working from the top of the key. Tried to spin in the lane, wanted to leave it with McWhorter. The pass got away from him, and it'll go out of bounds along the sideline for SEB's first turnover of the period.
They've really pared them down here lately.
We've got all kinds of substitutions here. We'll try to catch up with them as fast as we can. Nick Rossborough in for Jackson Tisch for St. Elmo Brownstown. Also into the ball game is number 12. Seeing his first action for SEB is Caden Tisch, a 6-foot junior. St. Anthony has Aaron Webb into the ball game. He gets a screen from Bryson Wall, who's back on the court. Works it out top to Jack Elder, seeing his first action to Melville. Over on the side to Webb. 3 on the way is a little strong. The rebound tipped by Pruitt, but it goes right to Elder. Elder out to Melville. Now top of the key to Alex Brandenberger. Brandenberger in the lane. Nice pass to Webb, who cuts to the basket and sits it up and in. 25-point edge now for St. Anthony, 60-35 with 2:33 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Goldsboro leaves it out top with Tisch. That's Caden Tisch, who drives in the lane. Little contact. Shot no good. Put up the rebound. It's missed. as Tisch had a couple of chances at it. This rebound, Nick Rossborough sends it out top to Philpott. Over to Goldsboro, lane to the basket. Goldsboro drives in and lays it up and in. Andy has 15 now in the ball game, and it's 60-37.
13 in the second half for him. Sorry.
No, that's fine. St. Anthony runs it quickly up court, but they slow things down now as Brandenburger has it on the wing. Gets it out the wall to Melville. Melville on the right side. Takes it to the free throw line. Draws a crowd in the lane. Gets it out to Webb. Webb now gets a little screen from Elder. He'll drive in the lane, leaves it with Wall. Shot's no good, but that's because he's fouled. And Bryson Wall will head to the charity stripe for a couple.
Tough foul on Goldsboro, I think's who's going to get it here.
Looks like we've got more substitutions at the scorers table.
Goldsboro's fourth. That was a shooting foul.
Wall's first free throw is up and good. Bryson has 5 in the ball game. For St. Anthony, checking in is Kennan Walsh, a 6-foot sophomore. He replaces Quentin Melville. For St. Elmo Brownstown, Andy Goldsboro and Nate Philpott will have a seat. Boy, they did a lot for this team tonight. And I believe number 32, Braden Sidwell, is in there, a 5'10 senior for SEB. As that free throw for Wall is no good, and rebounds by Nick Rossborough. Chase McWhorter is back in the ball game as well. They get it to Tisch. Tisch leaves it with McWhorter, now in the corner to Pruitt. Pruitt pulls up for a long 2. It's short. Rebound out of bounds. Nobody touched it. It'll stay with St. Anthony, or go to St. Anthony, rather. As Bryson Wall will now check out, and Eli Moore, 6'3 sophomore, will come in for St. Anthony.
St. Elmo made another change, too.
Pruitt is out, and into the ball game is Alex Higgs, a 5'8 sophomore for St. Elmo Brownstown. Minute 29 to play in the fourth quarter of this one. St. Anthony 61, St. Elmo Brownstown 37 as they're working it around the perimeter. Eli Moore has it. He leaves it with Webb. He drives the left side, sticks it up and in. Aaron Webb with 6, makes it 63-37. Nick Rossborough pushes it up court, leaves it in the corner. 3 on the way for Sidwell, no good. Rebound batted out of bounds off of Webb. It'll stay with St. Elmo Brownstown under their basket.
Even more changes.
Connor Walk was in the ball game earlier. I believe it said it was Kennan Walsh in that time. Well, now Kennan Walsh is in the ball game. Also into the ball game is Grant Nuxall, a sophomore, and Craig Croy, a freshman for St. Anthony. St. Elmo Brownstown works the inbounds. They get it back in the corner to Caden Tisch for 3, and he buries it. Caden Tisch with his first 3 points of the ball game makes it 63-40, a 23-point contest.
Your name is Tisch. You're going to shoot a 3, Matt.
Eli Moore on the dribble out top for St. Anthony. Ball knocked loose, but Croy was there to get it. Now they feed it around the perimeter to Nuxall. Nuxall handed it off to Connor Walk. Walk leaves it with Croy. Croy flipped the pass over to a teammate. I believe that was Eli Moore. He goes to Kennan Walsh. Walsh back out top to Croy. Croy again handed it off, and now working out top with it is Eli Moore. Eli Moore put it in the hands of Kennan Walsh. They look underneath to Craig Croy, and Croy sticks up the layup, and he got it to go.
That's a nice catch because it would have knocked his teeth out if he hadn't caught it. Good job of putting it up and in.
65-40, 10 seconds on the clock. Rossborough gets it on the side to Higgs. Higgs circles the perimeter with the left hand, looks in the corner to Rossborough. 3 on the way. It's short. Rebound snagged by Connor Walk, and that'll do it. Final score in the first of 2 tonight at the NTC tournament. It's 65 for St. Anthony. St. Elmo Brownstown 40. We'll come back and with the post-game show of this one, get you your stats, chat with the coaches, and then get you set for Windsor Stew Straws and Louisville North Clay. That's all ahead from the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament here on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9 XFM and KJ Country.
To the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. The final score in our first of two tonight as St. Anthony claimed a 65-40 victory over the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles. St. Anthony had quarters of 8, 18, 16, and 23 for their total of 25. St. Elmo Brownstown had quarters of 7, 6, 14, and 13 for their total of 40. The second quarter was really the biggest difference in the ball game as St. Anthony outscored St. Elmo Brownstown 18-6, and they really did it with a flurry there late in that second period of action as well. St. Anthony's was led by Jacob Dust, 23 points. Caden Fearday also in double figures with 11. Logan Antrim finished with 8 points. Aaron Webb added 6 points, 5 for Bryson Wall. Let's take another break. We'll come back with Greg's stats. We'll see if we can track down a coach or two before we get set for Louisville North Clay and Windsor Sioux Straws here from the 84th Annual NTC Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Need help with a big party? Have a prescription you need filled? Where can you get flowers for your wedding? Are you hungry for a delicious cooked meal? All the answers to these questions are at Martin's IGA Plus. They have a catering service that will help make your party a success. The pharmacy will help with any questions you have. The flower shop prepares gorgeous bouquets and more. The smells from the bakery and the Iron Horse restaurant are intoxicating. And be sure to check out the sushi bar at Martin's IGA Plus.
Diedrich Bank's debit card feature called Green Cents rounds your debit card purchases to the nearest whole dollar, then puts the extra change from your purchases directly into your savings account. Did you know that this simple little feature can help lighten the load of holiday shopping bills? You compare Green Cents to your Diedrich Bank Christmas Club account, so every purchase you make throughout the year is helping you save for Christmas. Rather than thinking of bills, you'll see visions of sugar plums dancing in your head. Stop by any Diedrich Bank location to open up a Christmas Club account and add Green Cents. Diedrich Bank, live for today, bank for tomorrow. Member FDIC.
Attention athletes and students, Effingham Express Care is ready to help you stay healthy and active through the school year and sports season. We can treat all your sports injuries with our on-site x-ray and orthopedic equipment. We also perform strep and flu testing and have common medications available in the clinic. The next time you sprain an ankle or have a sore throat, stop by Effingham Express Care. Don't waste time in a busy ER. No appointment is needed and we're open 7 days a week, evenings and holidays. For more information, call us at 994-9301 or visit EffinghamExpressCare.com.
You may find yourself with a backache, sore shoulder, or downright painful knee. We often just take it easy and hope the pain subsides after wondering what happened. Navigating our current healthcare system can be a daunting task. A cost-effective approach is to schedule a free injury screen with your Apex Network physical therapist in Effingham. During a free injury screen, you will spend time with a licensed professional to figure out the best plan of care, completely free of obligation or cost. Apex Network Physical Therapy is your hometown provider for the highest quality physical therapy and sports rehab. Contact the Effingham Apex Network Clinic at 217-280-4550 to schedule your free injury screen today.
We're back at Altamont. Final score in our first of the doubleheader tonight. St. Anthony 65, St. Elmo Brownstown 40, and Bulldogs coach Cody Rinker joins us on the postgame show. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
There were some things that were good, yes, and there were some things that were not good. And let's talk about the good. You did great from the line, 11 out of 15. You out-rebounded your opponent, but the big thing, had you for 2 turnovers tonight.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I think those are things that obviously the boys will tell you. We write those up on the boards every game, and those are pretty telling stats right there that you just listed off. And those good helped us overcome some of the bad that you mentioned there a little bit ago. So I was extremely proud of our guys in the way that they kept going at it, even though some of our other shots weren't falling. They stayed with the game plan. I didn't think we took any really crazy shots, but I would say maybe there's a couple, but you're always going to have a couple. Thought we played really disciplined both offensively and defensively tonight, and was really proud of our effort.
Such a pass the ball well.
Thought we did too. We didn't just throw the ball. We made some pass fakes. We saw what we had. We attacked the gaps a little bit in that zone, and then we made the passes, which was a big thing to overcome some of our three-point shooting.
Yeah, 2 for 20 from 3, but you got to keep shooting.
Yeah, well, that's what I told them that one end of the first half. I was like, at this point, guys, we might as well just find some kind of rhythm for later in the week because we were shooting them, we were getting them, and we had to try. So, and that's the thing with this group is we have some moments where, man, we are lights out from the three-point line. We'll hit 5 or 6 or 7, and the next thing you know, we're 2 for 20. So we've kind of learned that about ourselves. And like I said, what I liked then was we were missing those. We stayed aggressive with them, but we also looked for other ways and other opportunities defensively and on the break to make up for that.
And you're saying what I'm thinking. Sometimes it's the pass you don't make. I remember there was one play, I think it was either Millville or maybe Anthem, I can't remember, but they were going to make a pass and then they didn't make the pass, right. And the lane opened up and they got it to Fearday and he had an easy layup.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes just being patient and letting things happen for you, don't kind of letting the game come to you sometimes as opposed to always having your foot down on the pedal to the metal. So, yeah, we did a great job of finding some other lanes that way.
So you play a team, and you played them a little earlier this season. Is it tough to tell kids when you've already defeated an opponent, all right, we can't let go now, we can't let down?
Right, yeah, it is. I mean, these guys know you're the top seed. We've had some success in our conference games. Like I said, we're 6-0 in the season, and it's tough to keep them. They're high school kids. You kind of have a sense of, okay, we're going to be fine no matter what, and I thought we handled that run early, and we didn't get too, we didn't let it rattle us. We just kind of kept playing our game, and eventually that worked for us.
Thanks for coming up. I know you're
not a problem. Yep.
A little less than 100% tonight. Thanks, and I hope the kids get feeling better.
Hopefully. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate
it. Thanks, Cody. We'll see you Thursday. Cody Rinker, Bulldogs coach, comes up on the postgame show. Get a chance to visit. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. It'll stay there once you get them on, Greg. How about that for an answer?
There you go.
Now you're happy.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for coming up. Tough ball game. You hung in there early, and then they got that second quarter run there, and that kind of changed the complexion of the game.
Yeah, we did what we wanted for about the first 13 minutes, and then that last 3 minutes we just did a couple things that were aggressive mistakes, but we just didn't want to do that.
Right.
This ball game was going to be in the low scores if we wanted to win it, and what was the first quarter score? That's kind of where we wanted it to be.
8-7.
Because we find out once we try to go up and down the floor, we see what happens.
Yeah.
And the kids did what we asked for the most part. We just got away from ourselves there in the last 2 minutes and hurt us.
I know that there were different kids who did. I like Andy Goldsboro. He's a fun player to watch. Shot the ball shot the ball well. Got you 8 boards too.
Yeah, he does all right. I mean, he's doing fine. It just. I told the boys, I said, you're going to have to swallow your personal accolades that you want, like your scoring average, things like that, in order for this team to win. And, and he did a good job of picking and choosing when he should go. And, some of the others should have probably done that a little bit more. But, I would not change a game plan what we did. I'd just stay right. We had them thinking about the zone. They were thinking about shooting. We had them missing. That's what I told Ryan. We had them missing, but we just had a bad 2 minutes.
Yep.
Had a bad 2 minutes, and that really was the tone of the whole ball game. Because we came out the third quarter, and scored 14, 15 points, whatever it was.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll come back here Thursday and be all right.
I knew you'd be back.
Oh yeah, we'll be here
Thursday. You've been here as long as me, and played here, coached here. It's a great atmosphere, this tournament.
Oh yeah, you can't beat it. And I try to express on the boys, how they